guys, so I wanted to address yesterday's video. I was so overwhelmed yesterday that it was really hard for me to even make a video. That's why I just I put that up there, because there was no way I was going to be able to make any longer of a video where I wasn't absolutely devastated. So, you know, with the help of my husband and the help of, we had therapy yesterday, which is phenomenal. So with the help of both of those, I feel like 1,000 times better. So there's many things to talk about, and hopefully I will not cry in this video, but I also never promise that, because I usually do anyway. So, we've talked about fertility and infertility many times over the past going on 5 years in August since I've been making videos. But I knew that, how to put it, in the back of my head, in the very, very back of my head, I always gave myself like that little teeny tiny grain of sand. If you guys have ever seen Never-Ending Story, like, as long as you have like that little teeny tiny grain of sand, and also as long as you have faith the size of a grain of sand, then, you know, if you guys know about that from the Bible or what, I'm not gonna throw that kind of stuff in your face, but some of you will know what I'm talking about. But so in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, I've always thought that maybe, just maybe after I guess, you know, get under 300 pounds, if I can get closer to 250, if I can get closer to 200. So in my head, in the very, very, very small part of my, I guess, psyche, or whatever you want to call it, I had that kind of hope. You know, it wasn't told that I couldn't get pregnant or anything was wrong with me technically. That's half the issue with me, is that they can't tell me why. They can't give me a definitive, well, this is why you can't. This is what's stopping it. This is why you're unable to. Both of my ovaries work. They have blood flow. I have eggs. You know, I have a slightly, it's not even a ridiculously, you know, tilted uterus. I have a slightly tilted uterus. I'm sorry for any of the guys that are watching this, but, you know, this is just a part of what a woman is, what it's like to be a woman. At least what it's like for me. I can't speak for all womankind, but pretty much this is what it's like for me. So, I had my regular period the month before, and for some stupid reason, I thought that this time it would work. That I had my distal, I've started losing weight, I've started feeling better, I'm able to do a lot more. I thought maybe because my periods were coming back that I would finally get the chance to have what I wanted. And when you live so long with the thought of it never happening, even though you've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, it's hard for me just to give it up altogether. And lots of you made amazing points. You made wonderful, sweet comments that, you know, will be with me for the rest of my life. But you made really good points. You know, my body is under a ridiculous amount of stress. I broke my ankle. I'm in another country. I just got done being sick. You know, there's other factors that I'm not able to really talk about, and that make this even harder on me. So I am pretty much the only one in my family who's unable to have children. So I don't have any other cousins or nieces or nephews that, you know, aunts, uncles, siblings that haven't been able to conceive. So I have a genetic Adonis as my husband, and I'm unable to do the one thing I'm here for. One thing that my hormones and my body tell me I'm supposed to do. So it's very hard on me when I feel like my body constantly betrays me. And again, there are unforeseen circumstances that give me a lot less time. To try. And I know that you guys know that any child would be happy to have somebody who loved them as much as me and my darling over there could give them. But that doesn't fix what my brain and my hormones and my body wants. And I know that my medication would have to be tapered, but you know, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you have a month when you first find out you're pregnant and it's still in the very early stages. In the very early stages, you can taper off the medications that you're on and make sure that it's safe. So even if that happened, I would be incredibly safe about it. You know, I wouldn't just immediately stop all my medication. All my doctors know me. All my doctors understand that, you know, I've wanted this since I was a little girl. And I didn't get the wedding I wanted either. So I didn't get the big beautiful dress. I didn't get to have friends and family come. I didn't have any bridesmaids. I didn't have, you know, what I dreamed of. And that's okay, because I have the most amazing person by my side, but it's still little things like this, little tiny little grains of sand of hope that are taken from me, and it still hurts, and it's still painful, and I can't help how I feel. Even if I did get pregnant and I lost it, which is horrible and the worst thing I could possibly think of, at least I knew my body was working with me instead of against me, which would tell me that at least I would have a shot. So I think that's why this is so devastating for me, is just I feel like my body is constantly fighting me and constantly What? I just feel like my body is constantly fighting me, and I feel like even if we adopted, or when we adopt, because in Canada it's free, it's not this big rigmarole like it is here, and I can't afford a surrogate, so that's not really an option for me. IVF, I won't do that to myself. I won't do that. It is hell on earth. I won't do it. I've done so much to my body already. Like, that's asking for it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's plenty of people who've gone through it and have amazing children, and I'm so happy for you guys, but I've just done so much already. I don't have it in me. I don't have the money, and TRICARE doesn't pay for it anyway, and it's just, that's not on the cards. That's not in the cards for me. So, you know, I have to focus on other things. So today, my beautiful honey took me out to get some brisket and at a Korean barbecue place, and it was delicious. And then took me out to get some yummy dessert that I tried my damnedest to shovel into my face. I got some. I don't know, guys. The fertility thing's really fucking with my head today and yesterday. I shouldn't have bought a pregnancy test. That was stupid on my end, because giving myself any kind of hope and then having it smashed like that I wasn't prepared for that. I thought I was prepared for that. I thought I'd be okay if it said no. But apparently I'm not okay. And apparently I want a baby of my own. I want a baby of mine and his. Like, I want our baby. And I don't think that's such a terrible thing for me to ask for. Fostering and adopting is always an option. This isn't always an option. Do you understand? Do you see what I mean? Adopting and fostering is always an option where I'm getting older and unforeseen circumstances are gonna make that nearly impossible for me. So I have to kind of just let go of it, but I also have to be able to grieve for it. And I know people say that, you know, once you stop worrying about it and once you don't stress about it, it's not a big deal and eventually you'll get pregnant. This is 9 years, guys. Do you know how many times I've just been like, fuck it, if I do, if I don't. I've been there, done that, and I still don't have a baby. And it's not that we don't try. Him and I are like bunny rabbits. We really enjoy each other.
Stop bragging.
Do what?
Stop bragging.
Stop bragging.
I want to hear that.
But it's not a lack of, you know, intercourse or anything, you know, coitus, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's not a lack of that. It's my body hates me, and it doesn't want me to have kids. And I'm not done losing weight, I know. And again, I thought I would have a hell of a lot more time, so I wasn't really worried about it. And I thought that I could get the rest of my weight off and I would have, you know, at least 4, 5 years to keep trying, but I don't. And one day we'll talk about that, but that is not today. That is not this video. This video is about how fucking hurtful it is. It's just hurtful. And it's painful for me. And I don't know how to make it better. And Matthew hugs me and tells me everything's fine and not to worry about it, that we'll just adopt. But it's different when it's your body that betrays you. It's different when you're the issue. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, they can't find any hormones that are out of whack. Well, at least, you know, technically, that would cause me not to be able to get pregnant. They can't find any endometriosis issues. I don't have PCOS. I have unexplained infertility. So, I'm gonna get off here, guys. I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. Thank you for supporting me. I'm sorry that I'm a hot fucking mess again today. I've been trying to smile. I went out. But ultimately, I'm just devastated. Devastated. When I let my guard down, I'm just devastated. So, I will talk to you again, hopefully, with less of this tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.